Okay, so let's dive into this whole world of photobiomodulation.
Okay.
You've sent over some fascinating research on how light can be used to treat pain.
Right.
Specifically, we're looking at fibromyalgia today.
Yes.
We're going to unpack the science behind it,
Okay.
explore how it could offer you some relief.
Yeah, what's fascinating here is that for so long, pain management has really focused on pharmaceuticals.
Right.
But now we're seeing this shift towards exploring the body's natural healing abilities. And that's where photobiomodulation comes in.
It seems like it's about time, right?
Yeah.
Because fibromyalgia is so widespread,
Absolutely.
it affects millions of people, and it's not just pain.
Right.
It's chronic fatigue,
Yeah.
sleep problems.
Yeah.
It impacts your whole life.
Absolutely. And traditional treatments don't always work that well. So people are looking for new options.
Right.
That's what makes photobiomodulation so exciting.
So how does it actually work?
Yeah.
We're talking about shining light on people.
Right.
How does that help with pain?
Well, it's not about heat.
Okay.
It's about using specific wavelengths of light, like red and near-infrared light,
Okay.
to trigger changes at the cellular level.
Got it.
Think of these wavelengths like keys that unlock specific pathways in your body that promote healing and reduce inflammation.
Okay, so the light is interacting with our cells.
Yes.
But how does that actually reduce pain?
So there are a few ways it seems to work.
Okay.
One is by impacting your peripheral nerve endings,
Okay.
the ones that send pain signals to your brain. Studies show that photobiomodulation can actually reduce the release of things like TNF-alpha,
Okay.
IL-1 beta, and HIF-1 alpha.
Those are
Basically chemical messengers in your body that ramp up the pain signals.
Okay.
Photobiomodulation helps calm them down.
Got it.
It's like turning down the volume on those pain messages.
So it's calming the inflammation right at the source.
Exactly. And there's evidence that photobiomodulation might also activate your peripheral opioid receptors.
Interesting.
That means it could be triggering your body's natural pain relief system.
So you're getting pain relief from reducing inflammation and tapping into your body's own pain-killing mechanisms.
Precisely. And it goes even deeper than that.
Okay.
Photobiomodulation can also influence your central nervous system. This is particularly relevant for fibromyalgia because it's considered a centralized pain condition.
Meaning the pain signals are being processed differently in the brain itself.
Right. Research has shown that light, especially when it's perceived visually, can impact pain-modulating centers in your brain.
Okay.
There's this area called the rostral ventromedial medulla.
Okay, and what does that do?
Think of it as a control center for pain signals.
Okay.
Photobiomodulation can influence this area to dampen those signals,
Interesting.
leading to potentially longer-lasting relief. There's even a study that found green light exposure could increase enkephalins in the spinal cord.
No, enkephalins those are.
Your body's natural painkillers.
Okay.
They're opioids, but they're produced naturally.
Interesting.
So photobiomodulation is boosting those natural pain relief pathways.
Wow, so we're talking about reducing inflammation.
Yeah.
Activating the opioid system. And boosting natural painkiller production.
Yes.
That's a pretty comprehensive approach to pain relief.
It really is.
Yeah.
And that's what makes photobiomodulation so intriguing, especially for conditions like fibromyalgia.
And it's not just masking the pain.
Right.
It's addressing the underlying mechanisms.
Exactly. And when you look at the research on photobiomodulation for fibromyalgia specifically, you see some really promising results.
Oh.
Studies have shown improvements in pain levels, a reduction in tender points, and even improvements in overall quality of life.
Wow.
As measured by the Fibromyalgia Impact Questionnaire.
That's encouraging to hear.
Yeah.
Are there any real-life examples of this working for people?
There are. There's this one case report about a patient who experienced significant and lasting relief from their fibromyalgia symptoms after undergoing photobiomodulation.
Okay.
This person had been struggling with debilitating pain and limitations.
Right.
And they saw remarkable improvements.
Wow.
It really highlights the potential.
That's great to hear.
Yeah.
It's always inspiring to hear those personal stories. Now, what about the actual treatment?
Yeah.
What kind of light is used and how often?
Well, the research on fibromyalgia has focused on a few specific wavelengths of light.
Okay.
670 nanometers, 808, 810, and 904.
Got it.
So if you're looking into photobiomodulation, remember those numbers. They've shown the most promise in triggering those cellular responses we talked about.
Right.
And there's something you could discuss with your healthcare provider.
Good to know. And how is the light applied?
Typically, low-level lasers or LEDs are placed directly on your skin over the areas that hurt.
Yeah.
The sessions are pretty short, usually just a few minutes.
That's good, especially for people who are already dealing with fatigue.
Right.
It sounds like it could be a manageable addition to a treatment plan.
That's one of the things that makes it appealing.
Yeah.
It's non-invasive, drug-free.
Right.
And people generally tolerate it well.
So we've covered the science, we've seen the research, we've even heard a story about it working in real life.
Right.
This is all incredibly interesting.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you're wondering, okay, where do I go from here?
That's a great question, and it leads us to a really exciting part of this deep dive.
Okay.
All this research, all this knowledge about specific wavelengths and their effects on pain has led to the development of a groundbreaking therapy called MedWave therapy.
And what makes MedWave therapy special?
MedWave therapy harnesses the power of two very specific wavelengths of light, 635 nanometers and 810.
Got it.
These wavelengths have been very carefully chosen based on years of research and clinical experience.
So these wavelengths are like the power couple of pain relief.
You could say that.
Yep.
The 635 nanometer wavelength is great at targeting inflammation. It penetrates deep into the tissues, stimulating healing and reducing those inflammatory markers that contribute to pain.
Okay, that makes sense. But what about the 810?
Yeah.
What's its superpower?
The 810 nanometer wavelength is all about cellular energy production.
Okay.
It stimulates the mitochondria, the powerhouses of your cells, to produce more ATP.
Okay.
That's the energy currency of your body.
So it's giving your cells a boost of energy.
Yes.
I can see how that would be so helpful for people with fibromyalgia
Absolutely.
who are dealing with such profound fatigue.
And by combining these two wavelengths, MedWave therapy is able to not only reduce inflammation, but also improve cellular function.
Got it.
That leads to faster healing and more comprehensive pain relief.
It's a 1-2 punch against pain.
Exactly.
And what kind of results are people seeing with it?
The results have been really impressive.
Okay.
We're seeing significant reductions in pain, improvements in sleep, increased energy levels,
Wow.
and an overall improvement in quality of life for people with fibromyalgia.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
And how does it compare to other photobiomodulation treatments out there?
What sets MedWave therapy apart is its unique combination of wavelengths and its advanced technology.
Okay.
The delivery system is designed to make sure the light penetrates and absorbs as well as possible,
Right.
which maximizes its effects.
So it's like photobiomodulation, but even more targeted and powerful.
It's a more targeted, more powerful approach to photobiomodulation.
Okay.
That's specifically designed to address the complex challenges of fibromyalgia.
This is all incredibly exciting.
It is.
But I'm sure you're wondering. Okay, this MedWave therapy sounds great, but is it right for me?
That's a great question. And the best way to figure that out is to talk to a healthcare professional who specializes in this type of treatment.
Right.
They can look at your specific needs,
Right.
answer any questions you have, and help you figure out the best course of action.
That's good advice. So if you're intrigued by what you're hearing and the possibilities of MedWave therapy,
Yes.
take that next step.
Absolutely.
Reach out to a healthcare professional and see if this innovative therapy could help you unlock a life with less pain and more vitality.
And remember, pain doesn't have to be a life sentence.
Right.
There are new and innovative therapies emerging all the time. And MedWave therapy is a shining example of the progress being made in the field of pain management. And one of the most exciting things about this field is that the research is constantly evolving.
Right.
We're learning more and more about the potential of photobiomodulation all the time.
How does MedWave therapy fit into this bigger picture of personalized pain management?
MedWave therapy is really at the forefront of this movement towards personalized pain management.
Yep.
Its unique combination of wavelengths and advanced technology makes it a powerful tool for addressing a wide range of pain conditions, including fibromyalgia.
So for someone listening to this who's really interested in learning more about MedWave therapy and whether it might be right for them, what would you recommend as a next step?
The most important thing is to find a qualified healthcare professional who is knowledgeable about MedWave therapy.
Okay.
They can assess your individual situation,
Right.
talk about your treatment goals, and determine if MedWave therapy is a good fit for you.
And how do you go about finding a qualified provider? Is there a resource people can use?
Yes. Absolutely.
Oh,
The MedWave Group has a website where you can search for certified providers in your area.
perfect.
They also have a lot of information about the science behind MedWave therapy,
Okay.
the conditions it can treat, and the potential benefits.
Got it.
It's a great starting point for anyone who's curious about this therapy.
That's incredibly helpful.
Yeah.
So for our listener, if you're ready to take control of your pain and explore the possibilities of MedWave therapy, visit the MedWave Group website and find a certified provider near you.
Right.
Don't let pain dictate your life.
Absolutely.
There are solutions out there.
And remember, you don't have to go through this alone.
Right.
There are healthcare professionals who are dedicated to helping you find relief and reclaim your life.
It's all about empowerment and taking charge of your health.
Absolutely.
Knowledge is power.
Yes.
And hopefully this deep dive is giving you the insights and the inspiration to take that next step toward a life with less pain and more possibilities.
I hope so.